Creation. A world on the brink. In the age of sorrows, dangers abound, and cataclysms loom on the horizon. But it is not without heroes. The exalted, those chosen and empowered by the mightiest of the gods, are all around the world. They have, and can, pull it back from the precipice of oblivion. That is when they aren't too busy fighting each other. Now, chills as aura.
Adam Sandler is a talking lizard that teaches girls that they should smile more.
Orak as Lythander?
Did you just describe the plot of Leo?
Altos as Gavel?
Time for a real party crash.
And Gamer X says everyone else, Fool! Raksi toots as she pleases! Must band together to save the dreaming sea, and perhaps reality itself, from the greatest threat creation has ever known, the Misery Machine. All this and more on FateBreakers.
In case it didn't
Chills,
make it
what the
obvious,
fuck?
I think he
In case it didn't
described
make
the
it
plot
obvious
of Leo.
enough, that is the movie. That is the film that my family has elected to watch today.
I'm right with
goodness.
it, right? Okay.
You are.
Man, I thought I watched weird movies sometimes.
Yes.
Runelsai, what happened last time?
Weirdest part of that movie that you'll never see coming a mile away. It's a fucking musical.
Oh, goodness sakes.
Okay, she's sitting back down so you could expound on Adam Sandler's Nightmare Acid Trip musical a bit longer.
Adam Sandler plays a talking lizard, and Bill Burr plays a talking turtle.
Oh!
Adam Sandler teaches kids to grow up.
Ironic
And
coming
it's a-
from him.
And it's a musical, which is very weird because the fact that none of the trailers for this film mentioned that even attempted to nod at the fact that it is a musical.
Oh,
really
just like
told-
hit movie Joker, Folie à deux.
Ah, goodness.
Really told me that they did not have any confidence in any of the songs. And they were right not to. Because there are singing child actors in those songs.
I mean, it's
Uh-oh.
Adam Sandler movie. There's always songs in there.
Mnemon Runelsai, what happened last time? What happened last time is that you let a lunar steal my
Yes.
goddamn face. I didn't do... You can't blame the actions of other characters on your narrator. I can and I will. I will file a complaint with the dragons immediate post-haste. And why are all my characters rebelling against me? Am I wrong? No, it's the exalted host who are at fault. Well, do you want to tell the audience about anything else that happened last time? Someone crashed my party by killing a demon outside. Isn't that normal in Malfeas? Yes, but it's my party, and that normally doesn't happen here. I pay these guards damned good jade. Is there anything else that happened last time? None that I would be aware of. Why do you keep pushing off your duties onto those of others, lazy mortal? I wonder if I'm trying to tell myself something by constantly arguing with figments of my imagination. Join the Navy. Anyway, anyone care to fill in her gaps?
Gavel
Last time.
unintentionally found out the plot of
Yes.
what she's trying to do.
Indeed.
Yeah, it turns out that the Mnemon Runelsai you spoke to for most of the party was in fact Raksi the Lunar Witch. One of the most dangerous people in creation.
Mm-hmm.
Nah.
She has a reputation
They're
for
not
eating
dangerous.
babies, true or not?
Ooh.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
just
yes, but the
false.
answer is actually kind of complicated. Anyway, she announced her intention to steal the secrets to fire off the super nuke at the heart of creation.
Yep.
And I am with them on that.
Well, we'll revisit that in a moment, but in terms of other factoids, we finally made first contact with Tepenatep. after he spent an hour hiding from Aura after she was almost tempted into buying the Infinibow. Tried to fulfill her deepest, darkest desires of ending world hunger. No, wait, fuck you, that's a trick!
Infinibow would go hard, though.
It would, yeah. Then he made the mistake of trying to pickpocket her flame piece off her, after which he got flustered, ran away, and hid behind Iolda.
Yep.
Then was confronted finally in person by, Chills, do I have your permission to post the images you made?
Post away, my good man.
Okay, I now, courtesy of Chills, I have a picture of, one of the other actors in the area who swore to kill Iolda. The renegade solar in the area, Adrian Wheel Turner.
Yeah!
Bug! Big inspiration for this guy's design was the cluster from My Life as a Teenage Robot.
Oh.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I can
really
actually
like
see it with the
their
headpiece.
weird, like, Egyptian thing they had going on.
There's also another core inspiration here. Semaru Shoka Kunafuna Gundam.
Oh.
I'm surprised.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yes,
the bugs.
He told me he was very specific.
Oh,
He
no,
wanted
that's not
he
Yuzuru.
wanted me to try and get some Dino in there. Well, the mood board was part of Dino.
Yeah. It's meant to evoke the Imogen.
I was gonna say. Denno's
Anyway,
insane.
yeah, he wants to kill.
Okay, so
Yep.
that's
And I may as well show the image of Ouroboros too. Even if they haven't shown up in person, their shadow has. So feels like it's gonna get they're gonna show up soon, probably for a fight or something. Who knows?
Take it away.
Oh my
you got
goodness sakes.
You got the transparent version. Let me pick up.
Oh,
the,
right.
That's the early version. Hold on. Let me
For the reference, that is a piercing in their jaw to reveal more of the teeth.
yes,
Gross.
that's a chin piercing. Here it is with the background, a little bit of tone down on like,
Wow.
the oil effect. So yeah, one of the inspirations was just Rex really wanted me to get sort of a rainbow effect on their sort of on their clothes and their hair and all that, because they wanted that to be a part of their character design. Because I wanted to try and use that, but not make the entire design too loud. So I picked up some like oil slick color hair for the as inspiration, and how people use that to color black hair. And I applied that as like a sheen on certain parts of their outfit and their.
It worked out really well. This art rules.
Yeah.
For the reference, yeah, that's their shadow behind them.
Yeah, that's their shadow.
Alatos, what's that Sans name?
That Stan's name is Queen of Maine. It is a reference
Nice.
to the It is a reference to the Eurobeat song "Queen of Maine" by Fastway.
You know, that actually fits incredibly well.
I couldn't make it look all the way like a Bionicle because I didn't feel confident in drawing the head, so I just drew it in like a weird creature because I felt like something I could draw.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's got the it's got that kind of a head. I feel like I should blur that out.
The Geiger shape, shall we say?
Slight
Yes.
penal adjacency.
Slight Penal Adjacency is also the name of a band.
Oh goodness.
Actually, speaking of bands, you guys, this takes place roughly around the time that Aura wave dashed, Korean backdashed out of the party to confront Iolda, who just told you to fuck off in time for the duel, and the rival circle proved frustratingly difficult for him to Imperial command them to death, and just told him no.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm assuming that where is everyone else? As the party is beginning to wind down for the night. Because realm parties last multiple days.
Now, I did receive an invitation after the party to continue conversing with Adrian.
That is true, yeah. I actually have a follow-up for that. and the meeting spot listed for you was the Dragon's Colon.
Wow. Convenient.
I'm loading the
Goodness.
Roll20 on my end right now. For reference, that is the
Indeed.
moving speakeasy, which sound is muffled, and it is used as a favored meeting spot among secretive demons because of Ebon Dragon linkage. Jury is out on whether or not it is the actual Ebon Dragon's organ. It might be.
It may not be. The debate will last 4 centuries before a possible answer emerges.
In either case, it doesn't smell great. But you're not the only one who gets a message for the meeting at the Dragon's Colon. Lythander, where are you after, where are you and Gavel right now? I'm assuming you're still together after you were in the same space last session.
Yes, I would presume so at least.
Are you still at the party?
Yeah, we should still be at the party.
Alright, the party is winding down for the night. A guard is explaining to a nearby blood ape, come back tomorrow, this party will last for another fortnight.
Oh boy.
Lythander, make a finesse plus athletics roll.
And so it begins. The failure.
To get
Say
them out
that
of the
now.
way on the unimportant rolls. Athletics.
Finance plus what now? Athletics. See, I'm not an athletic person, nor do I finesse anything as this character.
Insert Eric Andre, we'll be right back image on point of impact. Ba, ba, ba. Oh shit, you succeeded.
3.
That's our core.
Wow. I 3.
Lythander, a rolling wheel bomb message demon is careening to you at top speed, several hundred miles an hour.
I
Just casually, like one punch man, no emotion on your face, step out of the way, as it smacks into the wall and explodes with a
Yeah.
lo-fi fidelity sound effect. And drops a piece of, and drops what looks like a skull outside of it. Inside this, it's the skull of what looks like, it looks human at first glance, but no, the teeth are too big. The base is too elongated. It's at the wrong angle. This is the skull of some kind of monkey.
I will pick up.
Raksi
the head.
requests your presence at the Dragon's Colon.
Alas, poor York, I knew
Raksi
it.
requests your presence at the Dragon's
Very sure
Colon.
fellow of infinite to the chest. I look around to see if there is a dragon.
You actually aren't too far from the Dragon's Colon in its current spot.
I'm asking to see if I find.
Just gonna move it
Dragon
over there.
in general.
Yeah.
You see part of a dragon just slowly sliding across the busy Malfeas sky with hundreds of various demons flitting about to and fro. It's specifically at the back end of a dragon.
Yes, what?
I was asked to go to.
Roxy
Oh,
requests
yes.
your presence at the Dragon's Colon.
I point up to
No,
the
not
sky.
that.
Is that?
No. It's that, and I point to the floating
landed
speakeasy.
one.
It's a common mistake. To be fair. One of the guards mumbles.
I had to ask because you never know if people are literal. Especially since I see.
Roxy
Edric.
requests your presence at the Dragon's Colon.
I
Roxy
throw the
requests your
skull.
presence at the Dragon.
Don't need this anymore.
The Dragon's
Let me
Colon,
back
that's
right
where I'm
there.
headed.
Throw that.
I'm sorry, the shrimp is great. I have to get another bite of
Alright, let's see how far I chuck the skull.
Pretty far! Several range bands away, at least.
No, actually.
That's awesome. I love that.
No, that
2
is
successes.
incorrect.
Okay, yeah, reroll. Feeling generous.
Oh, I had 5 6 or 4.
No, that's why you
successes on that
dodged.
one then. Not 3. 3 successes.
Exactly be a home run, but it would at least be a single, which is nothing to sneeze on in baseball.
Considering you're doing this with your bare hands.
I changed my hands to bare hands to get the benefit of strength, so...
Extra dice if you want. Same amount.
That is 6 successes.
It's a triple.
Not quite a home run, but still, that's very good. That's a setup for a grand slam.
Bases loaded.
You see a small demon child from a nearby orphanage attempt to catch the ball. Let me see if he can catch it. Yeah, that's a catch.
You're out.
Okay. Does it blow up?
The ball blows up, the demon does not. Or the skull does.
Oh. Alright.
Lythander, you feel something staring at you disapprovingly. As that demon is pretty badly injured.
I don't see
Nope.
the demon get injured.
But you
I
still
just
feel
threw
something
it.
staring at you.
Can I make a awareness or a presence?
Yes, difficulty 5. Awareness or navigate, whichever one's better.
What attribute? I'm gonna use awareness and any attribute.
Fortitude. Because it is always loud in Malfeas.
Alright, that was the one I was going to... 6 successes?
Someone had their eye on that demon, as they are crying in pain and gushing ichor everywhere. You see in the distance that demon, and they appear to have... Across their neck, they have a little ocarina. It's painted gold. You think you could see the flash of some kind of an eye inside of that instrument. You're being watched by someone with a suspiciously sun-themed power set. Not appreciate that you just brained a demon kid and exploded him.
How shall the Lythander proceed?
Presumably once other people in the house seemed like they were called away for a moment. In the meantime, let me... Oh, okay.
No, I'm here. Sorry. What was that, Gavel?
It seems like you're out of it. Are you alright?
I feel a presence, a disturbance, if you may.
Well, this is Malfeas. You're sure to feel that a lot.
Yes, okay. Well, anywho, let's go to that dragon's
Colon.
Yes. We'll colonize it, if you will.
I think, who was the one who made the dragon's coal? I think it was either Chills or Alatos who suggested, I think I was the one who named it, because, little poop joke's getting it out of the way soon.
Let's see. What's
Indeed.
the color? What's the color of the dragon's
It's
color?
purple.
It's purple, so,
So
I made it.
That would mean that Alatos is the father.
Yep.
Well, what does the dragon's colon look like?
So, as one might possibly expect, this is no simple speakeasy. No. It is in the shape of what is normally usually referred to as a pail, which is a small little wooden bucket, if you would, with a giant rope above it as well as the way that it floats is via an invisible hand that just kind of grabs it and moves it around from place to place until the people inside it are done.
Did you make the chum bucket?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I made the wooden chum bucket.
Oh no! Oh no! The explosion!
Yeah.
I don't know why I decided to. I don't know why they decided to make this. I don't know why they decided to make the speakeasy in the place where buildings randomly explode. That seems like a pretty different. Seems like a pretty risky endeavor.
That wasn't random.
Wasn't random.
No, it was because you threw the skull that was gonna explode.
I didn't do anything. I'm still drinking my.
You
smoothie.
didn't do anything. That's true.
I just threw a skull. That may or may not have major consequences.
Yes.
Well, at least it hit the candy shop. And nothing else.
This time.
Aura. As you walk in, you
Yes.
see a crowd of demons sitting the entire length of the bar as far away as possible from the solar in the very edge of the public common rooms, staring very intently at his flute, cast mark blaring, looking pretty pissed.
Ah, I see. Easy, Tiger. That means they like you.
It's not the demons that have it's not my brethren that have my attention. Points at his flute, glares. Some idiot just threw an exploding messenger demon at a child. They're in critical condition now.
Uh-oh.
A child under my protection.
Oh my god.
Who would ever
That
do
sen-
that?
yes, that person sounds pretty irresponsible. Whoever
They sound like a
whoever
scumbag.
it is that may have some sort of affiliation to them should probably beat the shit out of them for doing that.
Post haste.
In any case, it is fortunate that my partner knows enough about medical attention to help. In any case,
That is good.
this is a better space to continue our conversation.
Right.
Oh, what's up, Korak?
Hmm?
Is it? Oh wait, Lythander's
Not
right
yet,
there.
no.
What am
Not
I
yet.
talking about? Yeah.
We're not going to have a parallel conversation.
Folds all four of his hands together.
Yeah,
Gestures for Aura to take a seat.
I'll see.
We both want Iolda out of the picture, given what he represents. Why are you so opposed to killing him when it would be so easy to do so?
See, when I travel, I like to look into look a bit more into where I'm going. You know, it's important to make sure that when you're out dealing and making concessions, that you know exactly what the pieces you're moving on the board do. Now, Iolda's a bastard. We can agree on that. But Iolda is a big bastard. He's a huge bitch. His arms keep a big Jenga tower from falling off. If he's knocked over, there's a whole avalanche of problems that could come down on Malfeas like thunder. For the time being, it's best to keep your enemies closer, so to speak. For the time being, it's best to keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Besides, we can always knock them down. We can always knock them down a peg without killing.
Adrian makes the kind of sigh that you make when someone is just not paying attention to anything you're goddamn saying.
I am paying attention.
Iolda was not the first in his seat.
Right.
When a unquestionable, a third circle demon is slain, it is replaced by a newly formed aspect of the Yozi.
Okay.
prior to the Divine Revolution,
Mm-hmm.
the woman in charge before Iolda was more even-tempered.
Oh.
More of an administrator than a dominator.
Hmm.
And yes, there was cause for the Exalted Host to strike her down, primarily in her foothold. Her tendrils were quite deep in the fabric of reality to keep the Yozi entrenched and at the chariot's wheel. Through slaying her, they were able to return control to the gods, and from there to what was viewed as more just masters.
Oh.
Unfortunately, in the rage of being so humiliated, the replacement soul was crafted from cruelty.
Right. Okay, so your plan. So knowing that, your plan is to pick off Iolda and then just kind of hope and pray that the next guy they put on the pedestal isn't as much of a shitheel. I'm understanding.
There is one key detail you've forgotten in your summation. That we are simply hoping and praying and didn't take steps to account for that.
Ooh.
We don't want to kill Iolda before we humiliate them.
And how does that...
Through... I've interrogated enough of their first circle demons, and my partner has weaseled their way into one of Iolda's second circle's minds. I've learned when they intend to call you for the duel. The halftime show of their football tournament.
Classy.
The vast majority of Malfeas will be watching.
Right.
Through utter humiliation, whether it is you that beat them in combat, or they beat you and we save your asses in the final blow, and then finish off the weekend monster. Through that, and my partner's own abilities to enhance the darkness and negative emotions of individuals. We shall bring them low in a defeat so humiliating, no tyrant will arise to take its place.
Oh. Okay, okay. So, you thought... So, when you said the humiliation of being brought low was what created Iolda in the first place, what you got out of that was, not enough humiliation. We should have hit harder. That's what you're thinking. That's an interesting strategy. I won't comment on that for the time being. I think you've got a plan, or a concept of a plan.
No, we have a full plan.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Anyway.
He unfolds a well-worn piece of parchment paper in his coat. And it folds out like one of those goddamn cartoon receipts.
It's a big paper.
It's a big paper with many steps written on it.
It's true. How do you account for the unforeseen?
Clause A, subsection B.
I see. Yeah, you got it all figured out.
You want to roll me a embassy check on this?
Do I?
If you want to, you can.
I could. I could do that.
Finesse.
Let me try 8 plus 3. Alright, that's 6 successes. See what I got.
It was a difficulty 6 roll.
Hey!
There you go.
Player Solars win ties against NPC Solars.
For the most part, this plan actually makes a little bit more sense than was expected, partially because another Infernal is listed as cooperating here. And as Infernals are linked to the Yozi, they have the ear of the Lords of Hell like no others. That part of the plan specifically accounts for one of the Infernals coming in and essentially commissioning a shoal shape for the replacement, of suggesting what could work better. And Adrian believes that through this person, they will sufficiently reduce a lot of the misery in creation via taking out the incarnation of tyranny.
And this Infernal is named?
God Eater Ball.
What?
I'll type that on chat.
Okay. What do I know about God Eater Ball? What does Aura know about God Eater Ball?
Well, I think this is going to determine a pretty important character backstory. You mentioned you've been in Malfeas before. Did you also grow up in Malfeas?
I did not. I grew up in Shampur.
Okay.
But
in that case, give me
what do you call it? I did spend a sabbatical in Malfeas, setting up shop for when I opened up my first business.
Fortitude Navigate roll.
Ooh, I can use my excellency on that. 8 successes. 9, in fact.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Now, you were able to at least check in with your restaurant when you got to the bar. Or rather, when you were briefly ensorcered by the Infinity Bow. And you did hear quite a bit about a famous football star by the name of God Eater Ball. Oh, actually, there shouldn't be an L in there. I was thinking Baldur's Gate again.
You're thinking about Bale?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a ball.
He is one of...
He is a ball!
No, but he is he was arguably the first Infernal who came to Malfeas in preparation of the festival. He has made quite a name for himself, leading the most dangerous football hooligans in all the world.
Ooh, the Satans.
Yes. You also know a little bit more from that Crazy Man's successes. He is Azimuth cast.
Azimuth cast.
The equivalent of the Dawns.
Ooh, so warrior guy.
Yep, same cast equivalent as Spider.
Cool.
You would also get a general picture of his. You would get a general picture of his build. I am showing a. He does not look exactly like this man, but he is built much like this man.
Oh my goodness.
We gotta get Spider in a football uniform.
He is in fact an absolutely massive dude.
Big guy.
You have in fact seen posters of him throughout all of Malfeas.
Big movie.
Their personal life is kept primarily quiet. I would say they are.
Oh my god.
They are center ease in terms of features. Real world equivalent would be Chinese, primarily.
Oh my god. God Eater
They
Ball.
have,
And I tell Adrian, God Eater Ball is that the guy I saw in the posters? Is he actually that big? I thought that was a caricature.
I can in fact confirm he is that tall. Much more muscle than one would expect in there. Speaking from personal experience.
I can imagine. Wow. That's a hexagon. The hexagon-shaped man. It's kind of crazy.
Of course, his assistance here is primarily in... The man is a brilliant general.
I would figure
he is mighty in
quarterback.
combat, too, but the Azimuths, as they call themselves now, were once Dawns, and, well, the Dawn cast were the generals in the Divine Rebellion and beyond.
Fair.
I've heard about your hammer of the Yozi.
Yeah. My boss, yeah.
He too could lay claim to a title such as that. I am fairly certain.
That's the competition they mentioned. Did for a bit of fun.
In any case, we have come to an agreement with him. In exchange for assistance in other matters, he will assist in shaping Iolda's successor once he is out of the picture.
I see. But what does he gain from this? Is what I was curious about.
That silence is partially diegetic. He takes a few moments to consider how he wants to word his answer. What he wanted out of that was assistance dealing with a particular problem from heaven.
That particular problem being
a sidereal exalt, and their interests, shall we call it.
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead on a limb and say they're talking about Shepherd.
Tilts their head. That's the first I've heard of that particular title.
Not Shepherd. Okay. Let's see. What other sidereals do I know?
There's about 100 of them. It might not be one that's named in the campaign yet.
Oh, okay. I thought I was just going through all the ones that have been a problem up till now.
That's fair.
I'm going to say something, and you're not going to like it, Chills.
Yes.
They're all problems.
I know. That's why I'm going through each one individually. We already got rid of one.
Did you?
Sort of. Not permanently. In fact,
because last I heard, the Ebon Dragon saved that soul from its posthumous execution and incorporated it into its soul structure as a new second circle demon.
Yeah. Yeah, that did happen. Man, that was a complete accident. We did not mean for that to happen.
Well, the king was ready to strike him down, but that fucking snake weaseled its way in.
Yeah. You snooze, you lose, I guess.
Something more use dead than alive, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Or, well, more use extant. That the interesting thing about that, incidentally, is that he now qualifies as a demon and is not a ghost.
Huh.
There are ways to reshape spirits.
How about that?
In any case, yes, that's the core conceit of our plan. The combination of Baal's modifications coupled with the public humiliation of demons laughing at him. His fellow brethren, not that of the world above. That is what will trigger things into a more, hopefully, introspective direction. From that...
And what does Ouroboros gain from this?
Who do you think is the one that shaped the laws that made us miserable? Revenge. Personal revenge.
Right. Okay. Seems like you got it all figured out.
One thing I will say from that successful role for Embassy, there's one thing he does not have figured out.
Right.
He is assuming that all the demons in all of hell will react the same way.
Yeah. He's also assuming something else. That now that he's told me that I'm gonna follow along to what he planned out. Which is a very dangerous assumption to make.
Perhaps, but now he's going to try a persuasion action on you to make you go through with that plan. And this will be going with the with the Zenith cast bonus here, let me read that out to you here.
Allow me to.
Adds their essence and automatic successes by presence and performance rolls, or instantly reduces any fine undead to dust. Add the Zenith. No, that is in fact from their passive ability, which is already there. The Zenith gains the bonus dice from refusing her influence if any target chooses a hard bargain.
I'm going to go ahead and Destiny Manifesting Method for 2 motes to commit those, and then gain the 3 resolve bonus for the rest of the scene against persuade actions.
Hey, you needed that.
Yep, that's 7.
That's 7 successes.
Goodness
And I'm going to tap my, and I'm also going to go ahead and tap my major intimacy of, or a major virtue of no scam goes without a call out.
I'm not sure if that would be applicable here, because this isn't a scam.
I'm also going to, in that case, I'll tap, if I killed Iolda, my words would be meaningless.
Okay. That combined with all the other bonuses, what does that bring the resolve to?
That is, if I recall correctly, that's something I got. That's something I got from last session when I was.
From Destiny Manifesting.
Yeah, from Destiny Manifesting Method. I believe that's my base resolve is 4, plus 3, that's 7, and then how much do I need to beat this guy?
Well, PC Solars beat NPC Solars on ties.
Well, I'll trigger it anyway because it costs nothing. I'll do the thing anyway because it doesn't cost me anything. So that's a minor intimacy, or that's a minor virtue of compassion. So I'll gain an additional 2. That's 9.
Well, he doesn't get that fuck-ass die bonus against you then.
Yeah.
That's just a failed persuasion attempt.
I'm just big and stupid.
The man has a very good control of his facial expressions, and that's not just because he is a bug. I think after a few moments of silence, he does see that you still see him, like you're saying no to that, though. This is, of course, only one version of the plan. We have several others that take more. I really wish we could come to terms on this. That would make things less complicated and also would mean there would be less of a casualty and less suffering going forward. But for whatever reason, you're committed to keeping that man alive.
What can I say? I'm hard-headed. It's a gift and a curse.
He lifts his flute to his mouth and begins playing, but you also hear words. Plan B it is. Those words are transmitted elsewhere. Best of luck in the tournament. I will see you on the pitch.
Likewise. I'll see you on the catch.
You really need to learn how Malfeas football works before you walk onto there, or you'll be chewed up alive.
I'll figure my way out. Besides, I don't need to. I got the best team in the season.
The table transforms. It glows with a golden light and stretches and reforms into a giant monkey.
By the way,
heavily scarred with one eye.
Can I? When I half retroactively, can I roll awareness to try and catch as he proudly presented his entire plan to me in a giant comically sized scroll? Can I attempt to catch any and all glimpses of Plan B?
Go ahead. Difficulty 7.
Okay. I'm gonna get an excellency on that. And let's see if I have any awareness-based charms.
Let me find a picture of the Chilican, actually.
Let's see. I don't think I do.
Should be in here somewhere.
I do have Nah, that one doesn't. work.
Found it. This is what a Chilican looked like. Another set of companions for the Solar Exalted.
What the heck is? Let me see. Hold on. Still don't see it. He's gonna show them to me soon.
This is what the table turns into.
That's
Oh my goodness.
That's a monkey. That's a Hanuman.
That, but heavily scarred and missing an eye.
Oh, that's scary.
Which eye? The third eye?
No, one of the normal eyes.
Okay. So I guess not.
You could spend uses of your charm.
Which charm?
The questions.
Ah! The game show!
Here we go again.
Around this point is probably when Lythander and Gavel arrive, and they see a table turn into a motherfucking monkey.
Unfortunately, I do not want to spend any more motes than I have to, because I don't want to start glowing in a bar full of demons.
Yeah, that's what got the whole bar wised out, because Adrian's doing that exact thing right now.
That's 7.
Solars win ties.
Goodness.
That's gamer.
Guys?
What's
I
up?
hit the Malfeas housing.
Nope, that's not it.
They hit the Pentagon!
What you pick up is there is in the air the eternal background music of Malfeas changes ever so slightly. And a reply is whistled in music notation. A music notation in Malfean script is ever so slightly different. Instead of 6 letters, it uses all letters of River Speak. And you pick an aura. As Adrian walks out, you pick in you hear in reply, "Sky is on it." Let me type that out just for easy reference.
She's such a bitch.
Okay.
It's about at this point when you two walk in and see the table monkey glowing with golden energy. Come on, my friend, we have work to do. And the monkey begins to follow Adrian out as you two walk in. Adrian stares at Gavel. Hey, that cast mark looks awfully familiar. It's one your past life used to have.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
You see the bug dude up there? Suppose that if my fellow Solar won't be convinced, trying to convince you would be fruitless. But while I am here, he points to Gavel, I will say this. You should not have anywhere near as much faith in the Yozi as you do. If you have any meaning of the word justice, you will question more and perhaps learn why this city desperately needs to be rebuilt.
An interesting conviction, but I promise nothing.
Perhaps you will change your tune when you have been around the city your entire life and seen what demons care for humanity. They don't. Or rather, what the Unquestionables do. As the son of a demon myself, I'd be loath to admit that the first circle demons are just as oppressed as us. They murder each other in the street freely for food, for want, for blood, for playing the wrong music track. They are stepped on and chucked out, spawned from their progenitors, with as much care as a human would for an ant. Are these the masters you wish to serve?
As it stands right now, yes.
In character silence again.
Indeed.
Even after meeting with Iolda and speaking with him, the architect of so many miseries in the city of Brass, you believe this?
Indeed. Because I know at least Iolda is not every Yozi.
He's going to try a persuasion action on Gavel.
Oh boy.
This is an instill action. He is in fact activating hypnotic tongue technique.
Oh no.
Okay.
I do that. That's bad.
Let me go ahead and read that out for the audience.
That would be...
Indeed.
If you're doing that, that would be a weaken action, I believe.
Yep. He gestures to his monkey friend. If you would so kindly assist with a demonstration.
Ooh.
Sure. If you would so kindly assist with a demonstration. Prism.
Sorry, that was my alarm.
That's fine. The monkey suddenly starts screaming as Gavel, the entire world around you begins to blur and shift.
Uh-oh.
As you are effectively deposited into a full 3D hologram of this man's life story.
Oh, great.
Killikin are monkeys that have the capacity to manipulate essence and create light holograms. And it is doing so to demonstrate all the shitty things that happened to Adrian over the course of his life as a half-human, half-demon.
Alright.
It would require a few content warnings for being a bit too close to life, but suffice to say, he had a pretty shitty life, as did his best friend, the individual who would later become Ouroboros.
Oh.
And I think you see a few irrefutable examples of, actually, hey, wait a minute, a lot of those second and third circle demons are being abusive as shit.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and make that weaken action. Hey, Chills, is your thing active?
It is.
Then that will fail, I believe. Wait, that boosts it by 2, I think. Your resolve normally is 3, and he is a solar, so that would win on a tie. Do you have any intimacies you want to call on, Gavel, or virtues?
I will trust in my allies.
If it isn't, I can activate it in response.
Virtue, discipline.
Yep, that will clear it here then.
Alright.
I wonder how you rationalize all that when you're effectively being dragged through a man's whole tragic life story in the span of a slideshow.
Gavel would probably say something to the effect of, although one's personal experiences can lead to some interesting evidence, it doesn't fill an entire picture.
Hashtag not all Yozi.
Yes, pretty much. That would be her rationale.
Okay, then that special weekend action just fails entirely then. The slideshow...
Sorry, but I'm not quite buying it.
Well, we tried the gentle approach. Ouroboros, when they have their own two coins on the matter, will not be as gentle. They do enjoy to go on and on about how, well, You know by now what the Umbrals are and the darkness they draw from.
Indeed.
In any case, you are going to be fighting Iolda at any rate. If you don't agree with this, you will be fighting us as we try and kill him. And you defeat a whole circle of other chosen at the same time, when you're weakened from battling an Unquestionable already.
Well, then it's a good thing I always have my allies by my side.
Will they be enough? I suppose we will find out. Best of luck in the games.
Why, thank you.
And he says this very stiffly and with, you could tell multiple knives are being hidden behind those barbed words.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks out. He looks at Lythander. Well, if I fail to convince either of them, you will be absolutely fruitless.
Wait, what was that?
Nothing.
No, repeat that.
To convince the two of them to allow us to slay Iolda, I doubt you will be any easier to convince.
Well, I mean...
You have built a reputation, Lythander of the Seething Moon.
Is this when I tell you that I have a hatred towards Yolda as a major intimacy?
Yeah, it would!
Okay.
I think if you don't tell him, it's funnier.
Oh, goodness.
I think if he doesn't know,
No,
you're the easiest one
I-
to sway, it's even funnier.
Mm.
No, this is the DM.
He
I need to
preemptively
tell.
gives up.
I mean, listen, I just wanted to... I knew I had something on there, and I know you read our character sheets, so okay.
Well, here's the thing about that. You can have a separate conversation where you make anti-Iolda plans if you activate subtle expression method.
I'm good.
No?
No.
Alright, in that case, he is still gonna roll to try and convince you then, but that's what that sentence is, trying to put dice to words.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh boy!
Oh my goodness. That is 12 successes.
With your resolve, reduce the 1 via tapping the major intimacy of hatred of Iolda.
Okay.
If you refuse this dice bonus outright, he gets 11 dice on his next roll against you.
11 dice. That's not a lot of extra dice. I mean, that just puts him at dice cap.
You could take a hard bargain.
Yeah, but what would the hard?
He would still
bargain
get
really be?
he would still get the hot die bonus on the hard bargain because of Zenith bullshit.
Yeah.
I could come up with a good hard bargain in this instance. I've got it. You would be interested, but you would want a transaction of some kind, perhaps. Something to allow him to go forward with his plans. He would need to help you.
All right. I mean,
Does it sound like something Lythander would think of?
no.
Okay, then let's think of a different hard bargain option then.
Lythander might just agree with him at this point and just say,
All right.
Sure. Okay.
He blinks us several times. Oh, so you've read my paperwork?
Was he the one who was?
Yes.
No. No, I have not.
Perhaps you could convince your friends to abandon their weird obsession with protecting the fascist. In any case, best of luck in the game. And he says that with a little bit more genuine friendliness than he did with the other two. And he splits.
I don't know how I feel about this.
A second monkey emerges from within one of the most clandestine holes of the dragon's colon.
That won't bite us in the butt.
This
later,
one is a
right?
bit more normal. It's just a normal
Right.
chimpanzee.
So to the dragons.
I'm gonna post a relevant GIF from.
Oh my goodness. Indeed.
Lopes out from one of the rooms, grabs Lythander by the hand, and starts gently pulling him towards one of the private halls as the other demons are starting to actively flee the bar from all the exalted. Okay. You step through a bar door and you step into
Lythander
a palace.
follows?
Oh! Did you not know that those chosen by Luna can learn both sorcery and necromancy?
Where did this come from?
This woman.
I mean, I heard dragons had treasure,
Pulling
but
up
not up
to
here.
where I posted the image of Raksi earlier. In her true form. You may or may not recognize this woman on reputation. She is, in fact, one of the designers of the moon silver tattoos almost all Lunars have. There's her picture.
Ooh, yes.
As the monkey dissolves into mist as one of her supplementary bodies, you see at the very center of a grand palace, Raksi reclines on a throne made of bone.
Who are you?
And she is the one who was howling all of that at you. In this fallen age, I see many of you have forgotten the arts of what is the... In-character pause for dramatic effect, and as I scroll down to find the spell name... The Ivory Orchard Pavilion! And fucking thunder crashes in the background.
Okay.
Someone incredibly loud has entered the scene. This time.
Yeah, I'm doing my best Doctor Doom impression if you hadn't figured out.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of
Yes,
who she is.
and it's not Lythander.
Dr.
Surprising.
News of you has reached the ears of the most infamous lunar in all of creation. Myself, Raksi,
Yeah.
the Queen of Fangs.
So yes. What do you want? I mean, don't you just love the people that are your allies a lot, and you just put on a persona of being this evil?
There is
baby
tellingly
thing?
a single tray on the long table in front of her. You see beginning to shake. Noises of distress are coming from inside. And she just smiles ear to ear, Grinch style.
Lythander opens it up.
There is a bound and helpless kitten.
Oh.
Getting a little too on the nose here, huh?
I have seen fit to recognize your
Okay.
skills in defeating your mentor leopard in a sorceress duel. I wish to extend before you.
It was a
That's still valid!
It was a necromantic duel.
In any
I blink
case,
one eye at a
I am
time.
here to extend an offer for you. You see, in that stupid sports tournament coming up soon, the entirety of hosts of Malfeas will be distracted, and I intend to make a raid on the Library of Horribilis. You are not the only ones participating in that tournament. True,
So what, you
true,
want us to do the sports tournament
true!
and get everybody's... I don't know.
Oh, there's also a certified massive
Attention.
fucking dude sitting next to her.
Or do you want us
I don't
to
know
go
if you've
in
seen the
there
posters for
to
God Eater
steal?
Ball. Chills, this is the next guy I want to commission art from in the package.
I mean, I don't think I am, so I
The
mean...
big
Oh, her.
ball. The football star.
Am
The
I?
ball!
Wait,
Yeah,
am I?
There's a massive guy sitting next to her. He is as about as long. Like, we've seen a bunch of big people throughout the course of FateBreakers. Usually, like, he's basically a hybrid between Kingpin and a fucking Baki the Grappler character in terms of build.
Oh, goodness.
Oh my god.
He is sitting there, and he just mutters under his breath, cut the theatrics and get to the damned point. Shoots him a withering glare. I have seen fit to put forth a test. Eat this kitten.
Huh?
Eat
Net.
this kitten, and I shall assist you in whatever magical pursuits you desire to seek through my spoils in the library of Orabilis.
Okay. Lythander will cut the kin free and make his mouth into a hippopotamus's or whatever,
Okay?
and just store the cat in there, not chewing it. I'm gonna use performance.
Alright, go ahead.
I'm gonna use an excellency.
Opposed by Roxy's Awareness Excellency.
I'm just trying to think, is there any way I can stunt this? Hmm.
4 successes.
Yep. Was that 8 above there, the awareness?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh boy.
yeah.
Her cast mark shines on her forehead. The same cast as you.
I rub mine off.
It can't be rubbed off, unfortunately.
Ah, but you see, I've been playing a different cast this entire time.
Impressive. In any case, she narrows her eyes. Let me be more clear. My instructions were to eat and digest that cat!
You should, I say, with it still hanging in my mouth. You never
The cat is
said
now-
darker. I take the cat out of my mouth.
Okay.
You never said digest. Therefore, I completed the deal.
I do not recall sanctifying any such deal.
I mean, you said that if I ate the cat, you would give us your help, and as such, technically the cat was eaten. Not digested, but eaten.
She's gonna try a roll on Dread Tiger's Symmetry,
Okay.
propping
Oh,
that
boy.
to try and intimidate you with double nines.
Alright. Gonna take that hard bargain.
Let's see. That is 10 successes with double nines.
Taking that hard bargain.
Faster than you could even blink. Well, we're getting to that.
Alright.
Faster than even thought, Roxy is there next to you. As she grabs the kitten from your hand and bashes its brains in against the wall, revealing it was made of cake the whole time.
Why did it taste like fur then?
Because it was a cat once.
Did you make it not into a cat?
Yes!
I don't believe you. Are you trying to take my shape?
Her face remains impassive.
You are. Okay.
In any such case, you are in defiance of the spirit of what I said, if not the word.
Yes, but you know us. We're lawyers, essentially.
Okay, give me a moment to think of what the hard bargain for this instance is that you are not scared of Raksi, but you are in fact startled by her and all of the shit she just said and did. You, in effect, she has a social advantage on you because you are off your guard that she could cash in at some other point in this scene. You know what? Yeah, we could use what you just typed as the hard bargain material instead.
I mean... Okay, so... Why would you tell me to eat a cat if that... What does that prove?
Your ability to follow orders, but also your ability...
To not kill an innocent thing?
Your ability to find loopholes.
I mean, I did.
Precisely! You passed!
Okay. Alright.
But you also did not! I knew that Raksi would get a kick out of you!
Oh, goodness.
Okay, so you don't need our help? Because you're the one who begged us for help.
Perfectly capable of doing it on my own, but it will be easier with assistance!
Alrighty, so then why did you beg for help then? And kill a kid in the process? Because
I was not the one who threw that rock! That skull was a test of your endurance to see if you could survive an explosion!
Yeah, so you...
What's this about you throwing it? For a second, she actually does tilt her head in confusion.
It hit something...
Where did you throw it
I
to?
don't know, I just threw it in a direction. I think it hit an orphanage or something. I didn't know it would explode.
She shows no reaction to that. However, the other guest inside the room sucks in air around his teeth and that explains the howling I heard on the unwoven quadjutor.
Yeah.
You do not know which child you just exploded, did you?
That Raksi exploded? No. Okay.
Oh, no.
I mean... Who was I to know it would explode if I threw it?
It was going to explode regardless. I was testing your durability.
But... there was no note on it saying, hold it.
All that was needed to diffuse Lythander's that guy-isms was fucking Dr. Doom setting equivalent.
If you told me to hold on to it, I would have held on to it. But I chucked it.
It would have still exploded!
I know, but I would have been exploded on, and not a random child getting exploded.
I think you're starting to understand why Raksi has a reputation.
Yes, I am.
Do you guys choose to follow Lythander into the speakeasy? The private chambers?
They probably should, because I would probably agree to something stupid and force them to go along with it. Like that straw.
I will send
Because
Adrian in there.
Do we still have those magic...
Adrian left.
Magic items?
Or not Adrian,
I pull out the straw.
Adrian,
Nue?
no, Amir Jr.
Okay, are you sense sharing through Amir Jr.? You could do that with familiars.
Yes.
You enter at about the time Raksi bashed a cake kitten's face in on a wall.
Ah. So that's how it is. This man is in danger. I better go tell him. Lythander, she's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
I am not crazy. I am a visionary, and also that is disrespectful towards those with mental illness.
Oh, alrighty. So enough of this. So, what do you need us to do? Do you need us to create a distraction at this game, or do you need us to help you steal from the library? I mean, could you just rent it with a library card?
She opens her mouth to talk, and Ball immediately undercuts her. She wants your help to raid the library, yes.
Yes, but that so she wants us physically there, even though we're supposed to be in the game. Because, well, no, wait, no.
You have not learned the blessing of the moon to be in multiple places at once, I see. That is a failing on you as a student of our beloved Luna.
That's also a failing of Leopard.
Yes! Correct!
Because he tried to steal my island that I won from a tournament. It did not go well for him.
But always had a blatant disrespect for property law!
I know that I don't care, but he said that he owned it, so... But I had the deed. If he just wanted to rent it, that would be different. Or use it. But ask me first.
Correct! Would you like to learn sorcery from me?
I, in fact, actually, you know, it'd be funnier. Pedro becoming the sorcerer.
What? Normally, non-exalted creatures can only learn sorcery or necromancy, not
but it'd
both.
Be funny.
It would.
Okay.
In any case, yeah. Ball stands up to his fucking massive height. His head is almost scraping against the ceiling. This man has the enormous size quality at all times. Slides up, steps over to you. So you'll be participating in the tournament as well.
No, I wasn't the one who signed up for anything.
Who was?
Aura?
Where is she now? I would seek the...
back near the...
I would see the visage of she who would challenge me.
Yes.
Near the sphincter? Wrong organ!
I mean, it attaches.
Gavel, a massive fucking dude emerges from the other end of the portal you're standing outside of.
Oh, Yozi!
You reckon... Hey, Aura? Yep, that's Ball. He's about as big as the posters made him see, and that was not a trick of the light.
Oh my god! Hexagon!
Get it all out of your system now while you still can.
I'm not saying it. I'm just kind of impressed.
Okay, yeah.
It's kind of cool.
In that case, he looks at Gavel, the hammer of the Yozi.
Yes.
Shorter than I expected you'd be.
Would Lythander have walked out with them is the question.
Well, you may have tried, but Raksi has an iron grip on your shoulder right now.
I understand that, but my brain wanted to say, well, she does grow. She doesn't show it now.
Like Octavian, she's a grower, not a shower.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness sakes.
Alright, go on, Bual.
So I was expecting someone taller.
Sorry I wasn't made with such bulky genes. And Yozi, you look like an amalgam of a brick house and an immortal.
As I have been told, regardless, I suppose the more the merrier for this instance. Would you be interested in learning magical secrets that have never been seen amidst all of creation?
For what cost?
for the cost of survival.
That's a pretty high
That's
cost.
you're going
That's
to
a-
have to be more specific there, dear.
Actually, he wouldn't phrase it quite like that. I think he would probably instead say, for the purpose of making creation a better place.
You're going to have to be a little bit more specific if I'm to agree or disagree.
The secret that is the manipulation of dragon lines directly. Rather than poking and prodding at them crudely with standard geometric means through sorcery. The ability to directly grab the dragon lines and redirect them for more effective and efficient purposes.
Such as?
Better growth of crops, for one. More mild, more calm climates. The ability to weaponize them against our enemies. To bring the realm low. Well, if you are also an Infernal Exalted, you would share some of the same goals I would think.
Some mayhaps, others maybe not.
From the distance, what is taking them so long?
And let's see. I want to see if this guy is telling the truth. What would I roll for that?
Your choice of awareness or embassy with
will-
finesse.
Let's see.
Or fortitude, because he casts a motherfucking massive presence. It's a lot to take in. You have to
Fair
focus in order to read his expression.
I will certainly do embassy. I'm going to spend a mote to use my excellence in embassy. And you said fortitude, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. No, come on. And 5 successes.
Alright, so what exactly do you want to know again?
Is he telling the truth about what he's saying?
Almost.
Almost.
There is one detail he is leaving out, is that, hey, the secrets for doing all this direct Dragonline manipulation could just as easily be used for some pretty fucked up purposes as well. He's telling the truth about what he wants to do with them.
Okay.
The issue is that he mentioned a co-conspirator that you don't know who that is right now.
Okay.
Lythander would. He's in the room with her right now.
And you would be taking the reins on this?
Correct. Now that part is actually true.
Ah. Well, although your intentions do seem pure, I'm just worried that with such a powerful thing as these ley lines, they could just as easily be used for some cataclysmic mischief.
Evil said much the same when sorcery was written into the source code of reality to let anyone be able to learn it. Anyone can murder anyone else in the street with a knife. A lesson I learned when growing up myself. Anyone can do anything incredibly dangerous to anyone else whenever they choose. It's the consequences that prevent such from happening. You realize that if anyone attempted to, say, hijack the Sword of Creation or some stupid shit like that, there would be all the forces of heaven itself would be on them in a heartbeat.
Oh, most certainly.
So, any such blatant... Are you familiar with the term of mutually assured destruction?
I am aware of such a thing, yes. Though usually I'm the one doing it to other people.
Well, in this instance, that would be merely leveling the playing field. Finally letting us strike back at heaven, when they have had the upper foot for so long with their boot on the entire world. He's going to try a persuasion roll on Gavel.
Oh boy.
I'm assuming your resolve is lowered here because your general hatred for heaven.
Yeah.
Not super great. He's only using a secondary pool, but that is still 5 successes.
Yes. Let's see. My resolve is 4 normally, but with the hatred of heaven, that's more than likely going to pass.
Yeah. You could allow yourself to be convinced, or you could take a hard bargain, or reject outright.
I think Gavel would be convinced.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, probably what convinces you in this instance is, hey, if anyone tries to push the big red button, everyone else has 5. All the other major players of cosmic power have their own big red buttons.
Yep.
Alright, and if you're convinced, after a few moments, he can't quite step aside to allow you in. He's too big for that.
Mm-hmm.
So he will just gesture for you to follow and awkwardly shuffle back behind the door.
Hey. I was up.
He will
up
pause.
For a bit. What's the big red button?
It has massive fucking sky artillery cannons.
Mm-hmm.
If someone tries to fire the sword of creation that brazenly, without the Scarlet Empress or someone else, the Sidereals, or the rest of the establishment approve of, lasers from the sky.
Ah. That's bad. I don't think heaven should have that.
I'm saying you're wrong. In any case, he steps aside to let you enter Raksi's magical realm. No, not that kind.
Oh, goodness. Gavel's going to awkwardly shuffle through.
I don't know if you... Okay, hey, that woman's hands are bending the wrong way.
Oh. Oh, yes. Hello there.
Now I can finally throw off that imperialist disguise. Yes, it is I, Raksi, the Queen of Fangs! I have also heard a great deal about you. Gavel, the Hammer of the Yozi. The first since the Bull of the North to successfully rout a wild hunt. I see that rumors of your death were greatly exaggerated.
Very much so. Just a bit of enemy propaganda, if you would.
Factor of which I am much familiar with, she says, grinding the remains of the kitten cake into the floor with her boot. It is still crying in pain as icing and buttercream, its innards splatter against the floor.
Oh, come on, at least eat it!
And she turns to look at Aura when she says that. Her face turns into a frown. And you are the one I was least interested in meeting because you are just such wasted potential.
I've often been called that. Tangerine?
I will keep it brief then. Are you interested in robbing the most tightly guarded place in all of reality? For the spoils to make the world a better place as you see fit.
Would you be surprised if I said yes?
Only slightly! Turns to look at Gavel. Of course, naturally with you... You are an Infernal Exalted, one of those new chosen of the Yozi, or Abilis is naturally a third circle demon himself. You would be defying those you claim to serve, but I prepared for that, for I know better. I am, of course, thousands of years old. Would it surprise you to know that not all the Yozi agree with each other about how to run their little prison, you might call it?
I wouldn't be too particularly surprised, no.
Many of the Yozi have sought what is in Orbilus's vault for generations. Such secrets held within there could easily devices to perhaps keep the murderous silent wind out so people could enjoy peace and quiet for once in this noisy hellscape? Or perhaps better structural integrity devices to ensure that Malfeas can't crush anyone living in the city when he feels like it. Protection against the ashen oceans of Kimberly, a map with which to get through the endless mirror jungle of Srazny, an escape route from the endless all-consuming hunger of Metagaus, all this and more, which he selfishly keeps for his own purposes. Robbing this place would be helping your masters more than anything.
And you can guarantee that how?
Why, you would be the ones wielding those secrets.
Hmm.
I am no fool, as experienced as I am. It is no secret that this is the most tightly guarded place in all of Malfeas, perhaps in all of creation, although heaven has who knows what they've been able to shore up in the last 5,000 years since we were deposed as the rightful rulers of creation by the Sidereals. Spits on floor. Now, in order to secure my help, though, you must first prove what you are willing to do, and for that, I simply require a verbal commitment from you, Gavel.
Lythander just looks
Really?
at Raksi and then to Gavel, and then just says, "You had me. You had made me attempt to eat a kitten. And yet all you need from them is a verbal agreement."
Because she is already a servant of the Yozi, are you willing to rob one Yozi in order to aid all the rest?
I'm gonna tap Unwoven Coagitator.
Okay.
If I actually went through with this plan, which Yozi would benefit from this?
A sizable amount of them. There has never been a concrete consensus on how many Yozi there are. I've shown you the diagrams of how their soul structures are, but there are easily several hundred third circle demons, and from them, tens of thousands of second circles, and from there, actual billions of first circles.
Okay.
The vast majority of Hell would indeed benefit of stomping in Orbilus's library and distributing his knowledge for actual good use. However, you also realize what Lythander and everyone else did of, hey, a bunch of this bullshit can be used for some seriously fucked up ends as well.
Mm-hmm.
You probably have a solid chance of robbing the library and surviving with all the powerful people here, including you and fucking Raksi, an Essence 7 wizard.
Goodness sakes.
The issue is, what happens after?
Well, such information would need to be lent out delicately in order to make sure its effects are positive.
What say you then? Are you willing to bite the hand that feeds? In order to throw the yoke off all the other hands.
I've certainly bitten more hands than I've shaken. But I think for right now, we're in agreement. Until I notice something otherwise.
She does the fucked up evil nod. You know the gif.
Yep, mm-hmm.
Yeah, she does this.
Yep, mm-hmm.
And then she turns to Aura. Down the hallway, 2 rooms to the right, there is a kitchen. To prove yourself to me, you must make me a meal. With the ingredients I see fit. Well, you are the owner of the Golden Hawk restaurants, are you not? Surely you would be a chef of some renown.
Well, when I started out, I did have some help from a cook, but I had a basic layout for what I wanted back in the day. Sure, I can work that out.
She points at the hallway, where the kitchen would be in the Ivory Orchard Pavilion. And as you off there, she hands you a small sheet of paper for ingredients on how to cook Raksi, the perfect bowl of ramen.
I see. What do the instructions say?
It's fairly normal, aside from the still beating heart of a dynast. Hey, there's a dynast tied up in the very back of the kitchen, screaming, bound through gags.
I am going to do something very strange, and I am going to ask you if this is possible.
Go ahead.
Can I make ramen? Can I make a ramen that reminds her of the taste of the still beating heart? Does she actually know what the taste of the still beating heart of a dynast looks like, first of all?
You would not need a dinosaur for that. Absolutely, she's been fighting the realm for millennia. Or those who would become the realm. They're only 700 years old as a nation state. Or yeah, she would know.
All right.
There's a reason it's her favorite bowl.
Here's the thing about taste buds. Very imprecise. Very easy to trick.
Are you gonna have her go through a Ratatouille moment?
I'm going to have her go through a Ratatouille moment. I'm going to make the bowl like her mama used to make. And I'm going to make her think it tastes like the still beating heart of a dynast. But I'm probably just going to use, like, I don't know, like pig's heart or something. Just like something easier to come by.
It's at this point Nue walks in with what appears to be the remnants of a small dog cake.
Everyone cheers. Everyone cheer.
Did you have the same trial as me?
Sorry,
Did you
1 second.
actually bite
And
it?
as she looks behind her, make sure she's out of sight, she unhinges her jaw like a snake and pulls the intact dog cake out, places it gently on the table, and then pets it. Sorry about that. Alright, Aura, sorry about the delay.
Wait, are you telling me you were sneakier than me?
Well, she was busy
Lythander
occupied
looks at
talking with
Raksi.
Gavel when Aura came in.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, when Nue came in.
Yeah.
So for Nue, it was the same test, but with a dog. And she did the exact same thing as me. And you're saying that she passed.
No, you both passed.
And I failed.
Well, she also passed and failed.
I think she said you failed the bomb.
Okay.
Test.
Oh yeah, you failed a separate test. Nue was not subjected to the bomb test. but the bomb test was not what was needed for the heist. The bomb test was something she was doing for shits and giggles.
Gavel, Lythander just walks next to Aura.
Yeah.
And grabs the flame piece.
Okay.
That is my stealth roll.
From Aura?
To take the flame piece and cock it.
Really?
Yes.
Aura, roll a force plus awareness.
Can you beat a 8?
You motherfucker.
It's time to find out.
Fuck
What's
around and
going
find
on?
out. That's,
Yep, Solar's win ties.
Oh, my
Solar's win
goodness
ties.
sakes.
Why is Lythander trying to pickpocket you?
Lythander. Are you...
I just want to cock your
Ask
flame
me
piece.
for it. Use your words.
I thought this would be funnier.
You have to.
This
use
would have been
words
funnier.
to talk to people.
May I borrow your Alright, Aura, may I please borrow your flame piece?
Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Thank you.
Okay, can I have it back now?
I just fire it in the air and then hand it back. Here you go.
Okay, thank you.
You hear Roxy. The dynast is several feet over to the left. You missed.
I'm not paying for the roofing.
Excuse me, may I please borrow it again?
Everyone gets one.
You missed a stationary target.
Can I... Can I morph my glorious exalted bolt into a
Yeah, sure.
piece looking
Hold
thing?
on. I'm gonna go ahead and take this dynast over to this room where you can't see me, and I'm going to do some very cool cooking that is sure to make the lady very happy. Now, if you excuse me,
goodness.
I'm going down this set of stairs, and then I do the thing where you fake climbing, where you fake walking down a set of stairs, except you just crouch down.
I am
No,
going
Okay.
to shoot the Ditus. And continue
Okay.
shooting at it.
Jail.
Is that better, Raksi?
Well, it needs to be a still beating heart.
Seven successes?
I'll clash that.
Lythander just puts it, puts his finger to his heart and then fires.
Goodness sakes, Aura.
What's that roll for?
It's a counter roll to his ranged attack roll.
Well, yeah, that's 13 successes. You counter the shot.
Stop it!
Which
You're
shot
all
do
of
you
them.
counter?
You're gonna spoil the food. Leave me be. No, I need you over here.
Yeah, sure.
No. You are not
Yes, I am.
cooking.
That was the deal.
No, let me cook.
That was.
I'm
the
going
deal.
to cook. I'm going to. I'm
Look.
going to help you cook.
Look.
Okay.
Huh?
No. I'm
No,
going
I-
to go and help you
No,
cook.
I
No, no.
knew that the Roxy encounter would go off the rails. I just wasn't expecting in this direction.
I know, right?
You know what? No. I need to cook.
No.
Okay, Jesse. I need
I
to
also
cook.
need to cook. This is the cook. I need to make the meal. That was the deal.
I need to make the meal because I've learned how to cook from Hello Death,
Would you like to?
the necromantic cooking
Would you like?
company. Okay? I have this beet hot stew that I can make. I pull out a card that just has a stew made with the red beets and
Yeah,
stuff.
the ghost flower honey.
But looks like yes.
Now,
You see, you think you can make up shit. Spoilers, that's in setting too, motherfucker!
Okay.
Okay, so now's a good time for a scene cut back to Ball and Gavel. So you
Oh,
are in the
goodness.
football tournament, are you not?
I intend on going to it, yes, and participating as well.
Straight men.
Do you know how Malfean football works?
I'm aware of the rule set, though we had a different version on Yavar.
How many people are allowed on a team in Yadanan football?
Let me see, about 12, I believe.
Brett Favre will cry.
The number is significantly larger in Malfeas.
That should be fine.
When I say significantly larger, teams usually number in the thousands.
Well, isn't that just perfect? I'm sure I could find a few dozen, 100 recruits to help me on my team.
But do they know how to play ball?
Oh, I assure you, they do ball.
You just see one of them throwing a ball at somebody and failing the catch.
That's the wrong sport anyway, no problem.
You see, hold on, let me go to my notes.
Is it football or football?
Hold on.
First degree burn scars grow from session 1 hucks a ball at someone and it smacks him in the face.
No, more Al, the kid who got infected by the economy, like way back when.
Oh, right.
Just accidentally throws a ball at what's his name?
That's so long ago.
No, at where is he? Dark-eyed Stargazer. Just accidentally throws it at his head.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Indeed.
He doesn't have exalted healing.
Nope.
That'll actually take a week of bed rest to recover from.
Owie.
Unless you have me heal.
Yeah, unless you have someone heal. In any case. Additionally, well, you are still not allowed to touch the ball with anything with your hands. That part of the rule is universal. You are allowed to touch the enemy with your hands.
That is fine
and
enough.
Any other weaponry you see fit to bear.
Usually, for me, my hands are the weapons.
Well, for me, I always find myself with the traditionals. He takes a step back from you to make it clear he's not threatening you, and then from elsewhere, he summons his Diclov.
Oh.
You've seen how big the Buster Sword is.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's proportional to him as the Buster Sword is to Cloud. That is to say, this is a sword the size of a motherfucking truck.
My love is like a truck, berserker.
Oh, goodness.
A 50-foot-long fucking sword.
Mm-hmm.
That he's swinging around like it's made of tissue paper.
My love for you is like a truck, berserker. Would you like some making fuck, berserker?
This was initially wielded by a behemoth. They said no man could hoist it aloft, but that's clearly incorrect.
Yes, as it would appear so.
Does Gavel attempt to pick up the sword?
Nope.
One-handed?
Absolutely not.
That'll require a difficulty 10 physique roll if you wanted to do that.
Nope.
Imagine if you did, though. Imagine how...
I mean, her devil body does increase the difficulty of physique rolls by 3.
True, and I believe I do have the necessary things to go into Devil Trigger if I so desired.
Actually, plant the sword in the floor. You want to give it a go?
You know what's fine, just give me a second so I can do some breathing exercises first. I take the next necessary things to use Devil Trigger. And let's see, now what do I roll to pick this thing up?
Force plus physique, difficulty reduced down to 7 because of devil body.
Right. Force physique, okay, here we go. Do I have any charms that could help with that?
You could do a stunt.
True. I'll do this. Gavel's going to grab onto the very front, like onto the hilt of the blade closest to the actual blade itself. and then use the little energy hands that she has in her devil trigger to grab at the rest of the sword and try to yank it up.
All right.
All right, so let's see. And then which attribute did you say?
Horse.
Force. Excellent. Okay. Yep. And please. Nope. Not quite.
That could have been really good.
Question: is there any way that I can perform an aid action?
Yeah.
That's oof. You're gonna need a lot of tens here.
Looks like I'm not the only one with a hernia.
Lythander. So Gavel only needs a 7, right?
Yeah, she needs 5 more successes.
Lythander is going to start using performance and make a beat for a song for...
Yeah, get some hype music going. By the way, as this is going on, Raksi has lost interest and sitting back in her throne and is reading a book.
6 successes.
Alright, Gavel. Roll...
How many dice?
3 more dice.
3 more dice?
Sorry,
All
4
right.
more.
4 dice.
I'm on 10s. Looking for 10s.
1.
Well, that was
So that's...
that was a waste. Okay.
3
Spider's
successes
going to
in
roll
total.
an 8 action.
Oh, for crying out loud, alright.
I'm surprised Spider doesn't want to lift it up himself. Has
Unfortunately,
our baby
he's
boy
only
grown?
Essence 2 right now.
Our baby boy has grown. He doesn't want to lift it up himself.
The camera focuses and he's clearly considering it. He's doing the calculus in his head. He's gonna... How would he phrase this? Actually, yeah. He pokes Gavel in one of the pressure points in the back of her spine in order to try and stimulate essence flow
Did you
to
have to do-
supercharge.
Did you have to do it in such a place?
Yeah, actually, he did.
Fine.
Nope, that's a failed action.
Oh my goodness. Thank you, Spider.
Hawkins can try and roll to help with his
Hawkins,
wound
the-
penalty still.
The magical dog.
Yep. Nope. Forgot to put
Almost.
the R. Okay, roll 1 more dice.
1 more dice. If I get a 10... Nope.
Nope, that's a 1.
That is a 1.
I think you just fail, unfortunately.
Yep, that's fine. Ugh.
Yeah, as big as you are, this sword is supernaturally heavy and also is legendary size. It is a sword as big as your
Indeed.
devil trigger is.
Mm-hmm.
And you,
Damn.
for as many skills as you have, it's still a bit much. You maybe get it off the ground a couple inches, but it goes crashing back down.
Yep.
You know, that does tend to happen, especially with one of the Hearthstones in it making it supernaturally heavier than it should be.
You know what? Let me try it, Lythander says, knowing he'll fail.
Alright, go ahead and roll Force plus Finesse. Force plus Physique, difficulty 10.
Force plus Z 10. It's actually impossible. Never mind.
No, go ahead and try.
Do it.
Even if I roll all 10s, I fail. I lifted it higher than Gavel.
Somehow!
Amazing.
And higher, and I lifted higher than frickin' Spider, too.
Oh, Spider didn't try and lift it yet.
Oh.
Spider is going last because he wants to see everyone else embarrass themselves first.
Crash.
No one wants to give me an 8 action?
Nope.
Wow.
Gavel's already exhausted
What
from
are-
trying to do it herself.
What are you trying to do?
Lift up a sword.
What are you trying to lift up a sword for?
Why not?
What sword?
Show off.
When did it happen?
A sword as big as a fucking truck.
I'm gonna
Ball sword.
I'm gonna attempt to provide insightful commentary to aid you.
Alright, thank you.
Using my impressive awareness, I'm going to determine that you should be lifting with your back. 5 successes.
So that's 5 dice.
All right.
Just need 6 off these 5 dice. It's possible.
That's 3 dice actually.
Then why was I 4 with only 4 successes?
Because that's Aura's aid action, not. That's how the aid works. It gives you a few more. 1 for succeeding difficulty 3 plus 1 for every overflow.
So that'd be 4 then.
3 more dice, yeah.
3, okay.
So starting at 4. So let's see what you get from this.
Kind and full of grace. Aw.
A few centimeters more. This is like when you're trying to pull the Master Sword in the new Zelda games and you just keep fucking up because you're not high enough.
Lythander is going to lift it and then fall.
No, everyone else is exhausted. It's Spider's turn to try his luck. He is spending a mote on, let me read the charm. 10 Ox Meditation. To lower the difficulty of this roll by 3, just like Gavel did. And he is also spending an Excellency.
Oh,
Oh,
my
hey, he did
goodness
it.
sakes.
With a supreme effort, the entire Ivory Orchard Pavilion begins to shake, and Raksi actually looks up from her book in mild surprise. As Spider slowly, agonizingly slowly, lifts the sword, slings it across his back, and banishes it elsewhere. Excuse you. Excuse you, that's mine. Well, now it's mine. Yeah, what's up?
Please.
The enormous, mega giant man looms over Spider, who's just grinning back cheekily. What you gonna do about it?
No, this was a bad idea. Excuse me. Bull.
What was this name again? Ball?
God Eater Ball.
Mr. Ball, he just wants a good fight. I mean, he's
Oh, I'm not gonna give him a good fight. I'm going to fucking kill him if he doesn't get that back.
That's a good fight for him. You see, he doesn't have a heart.
I point at the...
I can see that.
Hey, Spider, if you're allowed to fight him if you want, but you're an asshole, so if he kills you, I'm not gonna help. I love you, man, but yeah, you put yourself in this situation.
Lythander sitting there with a herniated disc.
Oh no!
Old man goat flopping on the ground in pain. Can I roll to see how much damage I would take from this?
You wouldn't take any damage from because of Exalted Healing.
Okay. I thought it would be funnier. Okay.
I mean, you probably have a herniated disc, but that'll pop back into place shortly. Gavel, do you want to do anything, guys?
Gavel's going to just look over to Spider just as she's laying on the ground, dirt on her face after her attempts previously. Spider, give it back.
You want to roll a persuasion attempt on Spider?
I will try to roll a persuasion attempt on Spider. Hold on.
Murder Saint Declaration is in effect, upping his resolve from 2 to 4. Further up by a mystery intimacy he has to 7.
Hold on. Let's see. No, not that. No, I can't do that. I'm trying to see if there's any charms I have that would help in this situation.
Meanwhile,
In Lazy Town, it's a piece of cake to break a pretty ramen.
you fucking donkey!
Let's see. I do not think I do. Let's see at this point. So what would I roll?
Force plus presence.
Force plus presence. All right. Yeah, I don't have a thing for that. All right. Force plus presence. That is 6 successes.
Who?
One
Is there any way
success
I can
short.
do an 8 action?
By the way, who out of
Yes.
who out of the 4 of us has the highest
have 2.
craft score?
I have 0.
So I have the highest
0.
craft
I believe
of the main
actually
characters.
Nue has 3, I think.
Hey, Nue will cook the ramen, and I will do the
I will
convincing.
do a performance check, I guess.
Alright, Nue will be spending an excellency for this to cook at the ramen.
5 extra
Cook it up,
successes
please.
for the 8 actions, so
So
Gavel will
So-
roll 3 more
3
dice.
dice. Yep. 3d10.
As she's just rolling on the floor moaning, he just said, Spider, come on!
Zero. No. I
Hins
wish
will
I
try an
could.
8 action.
Spider, I'll be honest with you. I don't want you to die.
Nope.
Goodness
But if you have a
sakes
death
alive.
wish, I can't stop him.
Raksi is gonna try an 8 action.
Really? Alrighty.
Spending an excellency. Raksi gets up off her chair, flash steps across the room to Spider, and whispers something in his ear, unbeknown to everyone else. Gavel,
Mhm.
roll, I think that is, 6 more dice.
Okay. Yeah. 6 dice. Come on.
You did it!
Successes, thank goodness.
Because of whatever Raksi just said.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a big sword! Come on!
Give it back.
Fine, but only because she promised to make me a new one. He hucks the sword back at Ball.
Mhm. Is Lythander directly next to me by chance?
Yes.
I'm gonna try and hit him in the nuts.
Okay. That's gonna make the noises
Okay.
worse, you realize.
Let's see that
Yes.
attack roll. It should
let's
be
see.
a close combat
What
plus
do you
highest
want?
attribute.
Close combat plus. Okay,
Now, the Lythander does have a wound penalty right now from a herniated disc.
indeed. Let's see. 3 successes
is-
plus 2 from my Orichalcum
So
gauntlets.
that's 5. My defense is 4.
Oh,
So you do hit for 1.
nut punch crap. There. At least that's more gurgling and less moaning.
You know, I expected all the problems of the session to come from Raksi and not from letting the problem maker in your party make problems. And for once, I'm not talking about Lythander.
Oh my goodness.
My nuts!
Oh my goodness.
My glockenspiel!
You already got the chance to use yours.
Not in this lifetime.
Am I not mistaken that you have already made offspring through your children?
That was like 500 years ago.
I'm referring to your mushroom
I
children.
didn't need this seed to sow them.
Precisely! They are still your children!
Oh,
All right, that's
goodness.
enough of that bit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That probably wasn't funny.
Goodness.
No, that was a
probably
good
was
bit.
not funny at all. So I do apologize. I
thought it was
apologize
funny.
to
That
people who do
that
not
was
like
hilarious.
mouth voices.
Meanwhile, Nue's gonna roll on that fucking rock. Wait, actually, as this is going, Nue actually turns to look at Aura. Now, I should be able to do this without killing him. The question is, should we kill him? Dynasts are usually fucking terrible people. That question's directed at Aura. You don't need to worry about recovering from that performance.
Achoo!
Should we kill this guy, or should... I have a way to replicate his heart without actually, killing him.
Yeah.
But should we, while he's helpless? Because they're usually terrible people.
What's the worst thing this guy's done?
She pulls down the ball gag. Please don't kill me!
Why?
Well, why did she capture you? If not to kill you for some bullshit. Because she's a monster that eats children!
That's not exactly untrue.
And Nue just kind of does a little side nod of, I mean, she spreads the rumor about her eating children, and she is a mass murderer still. That part is actually true. Okay, let's change the topic. Why did she capture you specifically? Because I am a prominent member of House Paleps.
Who?
House Tourette's.
Okay, that's clearly not going to be doing any answers. What could you give us if we let you live?
Who was that question to?
That's being directed at the Bound Dynast. Well, I'm Paleps Cody. I have access to numerous coffers I would be willing to give to the people that saved my life, anathema as you are. Yeah, don't use the A word here. I would, I could give you access to some of our ship designs. Okay, hold up a second.
I'm
what
sorry,
kind of ship
but
designs
the
are we
new
talking?
Aura ship already sailed. Same with the Janus.
No, he means actual, like, fucking boats.
That's the joke.
Not the pseudo boats we've
Those
been
are
making so
full-on
far in this
ships. What are
campaign.
you talking about there, Gavel?
I think
This is now Lythander's
I don't
new
really
voice. His
I don't
balls
really want
drop.
to kill. Now, I don't really want to kill
So
this
does
guy,
not.
but I definitely don't think. But I definitely don't think we should let him go.
Hey, you mentioned worrying about missing your icon PC's voice. You just found it again.
This is Zephyr. But I was more worried about
Dan Burnley,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, this is this is almost like Dan Burnley.
Oh, you found
but
that
with
one.
A little bit of a twist.
There
I
you
call
go.
this Lie Daniel, maybe? I don't know. Oh, yeah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
also
With a bit of
Nagito
Nagito Komeda's fan
I mean,
voice.
hey, I could be a famous voice actor for all you know. I mean, I have all these amazing voices like Stoner.
All right, let's foreshadow the audience. What's your next character voice going to be for
But
an
it might be
unannounced
something
project?
like this throughout the entire. No, that's Lythander. Oh no.
That's just Lythander.
Well.
Right on your voice hard
This
limit.
is going to be the voice of the next character that I do. Their name's going to be... Their name's going to be Tiny Dewey.
Oh,
That's
boy.
locked in.
That's what their name is going to be. I'm going to be so screwed.
So-
We now have it on
so
contract that this has to be my...
Next.
Oh
time
no!
on
No!
Lancer.
No, I had
This
a cool
is
character.
very-
Actually, no. This makes it better. I have a cool character.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Lock in.
Wait,
You're so
did I lose the
screwed.
voice
This
already?
is
No,
me
no,
right
this
now.
This is kind...
The
wait, did I...
deal is
No,
struck.
did I lose the voice
The
already?
bargain
This is the
has
voice I
been
was doing.
made.
Okay, this is the voice I was
Yes!
doing. Okay, so I could be a couple of
No.
different things with this voice. I could just be a big burly man with this voice, you know,
You're about 2 steps
Hey
away from.
guys,
Hey there,
Butter
Super
Buns
Butterbun's here.
Super Butterbuns here. No. No, do we need to now figure
Back
out
to
what this
Exalted.
character's name
Oh,
is going to
come on.
be, and...
Anyway.
Tell up ship designs. You know what? I'd say that's worth his life. Okay, give me a second. All right, and she uses Dead of Borrowed Skin in order to turn into this guy.
You should teach me that.
Oh. You know what you could do? I forgot
Content
you could...
warning: self-harm. I'm not going to exactly show this, but you obtain this guy's heart's blood via Nue grabbing it from
Lythander
herself
is-
Oh.
in this guy's shape.
You know,
I'm not going to show the act on screen, and she will live through this, but Nue takes herself to
Lythander is just
incapacitated
still
for this.
sitting there
Yes!
in pain.
No, he didn't have to go through that.
I know this bit.
We could have just used a pig's heart.
She would have known. Now I'm doing a pain voice. Oh no! I'm too weak. Don't kill me.
I'll bring you back. I promise.
I'm not dead. I'm not
Lythander's
dead,
going
Aura.
to
I'm just in a
crawl
lot of pain and lost a lot
away.
of blood.
I'm going to try to heal Dwayne.
Nue crawls back to you.
Oh my
I don't know. Why would I heal
goodness
myself?
sakes.
Like this is a bit, and Lythander loves it.
Also,
That's 5 successes to.
Yeah.
all right. And the
He's just
Lythander
one.
is
Roxy is still doing
patching
that
Nue
evil
up,
nodding
doing
gif at all
suture
of
with
this.
that while
Mhm.
while he's still cradling in pain. Oh wait, I have a -1
Okay,
penalty,
yeah.
so that's only 4 successes. Okay. My balls.
Still.
Where are they?
Alright. Unfortunately, in order to do that, Nue isn't really working super great with
Lythander.
cooking. You're gonna need to make a
Spending
craft
2
roll,
bones.
Aura.
oh no.
You should
Can I make an-
have picked that feat
Can I
that I
make an
just
embassy
picked up.
roll instead?
Nope.
The morale boosting meal.
Which one?
Actually, hang on a second. We were talking about Ratatouille. Nope, we were talking about Ratatouille earlier. What's Amir Jr.'s cooking pool
Amir
like?
Jr.
Oh, man.
saves the day.
Aura, roll 9d10 for Amir Jr. to Ratatouille you.
This is his time to shine.
Please.
That's 5 successes, baby.
It was
Oh
difficulty 5.
Way to go.
Ah,
Amir Jr. leaps on your head.
La Vie en Rose, baby.
I'm just kind of curious. Where's
Très
Peter
bien,
in all
mon
this? Is
cher.
he still in the above world, just pecking at seed?
The rat.
Oh.
It's. Yep. Yep, he's still in the fucking dragon's colon. Just eating bar peanuts. Let's have Pedro. Roll 90-10 for Pedro's build, Will.
What is Pedro doing?
Let's find out.
8 successes.
Oh my god!
The chicken is going to go Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyajin.
Pedro has built 5 will. He is going to try and cast it to Door to the Dead. Now, the issue is that you're not in creation right now, so there's no underworld to go to. What the fuck would that make?
Did he just make a black hole?
We'll find out in a moment. For now, we'll cut back to
Oh,
the social
no!
scene.
Oh, goodness sakes.
Cut back to the bowl of soup being presented to Raksi.
With extra blood.
We just go through the full fucking sequence of Ratatouille where she sips it and has the flashbacks.
Mi amor, ratatouille, I don't know the words to that song in copyright.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Italian words. French words. French word.
Yeah, this.
Oh, yes.
It is sufficient! Why didn't you just kill him? That would have been way quicker!
You see, I have a tiny dick and little arms.
You could change that if you wanted to! You could shapeshift!
Lythander now has, like, T-Rex arms.
Have you ever been hit in the nuts, Raksi? While having a herniated disc?
Yes!
Then you know what
Yes!
I'm going through.
I wasn't a little bitch about it, though!
Lythander just acts dead and shits himself.
I think for a moment, Raksi... She doesn't really break character so much as briefly tone down for a second as she mutters to herself, "This still isn't the most dysfunctional circle I've seen."
That's
I mean,
impressive.
we're functional. We're actually very functional. You have to realize that.
Yeah, you did accomplish all the tests she set up for you.
Also correct.
Actually, there is one person who didn't do a test yet.
Spider's test was
Spider.
lifting that up and getting into a fist fight.
Yeah, it was. Don't think there's any other allies who would be with you at the moment, so that seems like a good end to the scene. As you can stay the night at Roxy's if you want. It's a nice ivory orchard pavilion with fine food and drink and protection against mind manipulating magic. But there is one issue, though, before we move on to the next part of this. Who's gonna play in the football game?
You see,
I
one
mean,
of my nuts
Gavel was
is
going
gone
to.
from this, so that's going to be the ball, I'm guessing. This is a joke. Oh no. Iolda.
I mean, you could grow it back.
Lythander looks at Raksi. I know, but it's funnier to think it's funnier when people think you're weak and then you just kick their ass.
Oh, it's funny. Personally, I think it's funnier for you to crush them from a position of overwhelming superiority.
Oh no.
Humor is truly
It
subjective.
very much is, but imagine thinking that you're going to be stalking. So imagine a tiger hunting an antelope, and then the antelope just gores its head in a second.
You're correct. That is pretty funny.
Exactly.
My balls, though, actually do hurt. Holy shit, Gavel.
You were struck with an orichalcum gauntlet. I would expect nothing less. I see that you. Now hold on, keep making those sounds. And she pulls out a little glass jar and puts it right next to your mouth.
Oh my goodness.
I could use this for later. Raksi is gonna make a gather sorcerer's ingredients roll
I'm actually getting.
with
I am
double
actually
nines.
getting lightheaded for making those sounds, so I cannot make those sounds again. And good on her. Good on her. She got 11 successes.
Yep, Raksi just got 11 successes to bottle Lythander's pain.
That's gonna be the funniest thing when she uses that on us and casts testicular torsion on somebody, and they feel what life.
Well, that's only going to affect you. Wait, actually, it might affect Aura because she has both sets, but
And anybody else with testicles.
yeah, which is about a half the Ashen One's army.
And some
Yeah.
demons.
And some demons,
Most
yes.
of them, actually. Even the succubi have big dicks. They have bigger dicks than the incubi.
A little bit of generalizing, but in any case, we'll cut from that scene to the next one. Actually, no, before that, we have to... So, we have the capacity for the entirety of the Ashen Ones to play in football, but the issue I will raise for you is that football is not on their character sheet. In order for them to participate, you would need a training venture.
Oh boy.
Training arc into
We
a
could-
tournament arc.
Well, it's less of a training arc and more, I would like you to do a lead group venture in order to
Okay.
get your guys ready for
Actually,
football.
before that, I would like to go and cook some food. I'm going to be spending 2 motes.
Uh,
So that
Okay.
they get double nines. And this is going to take a... I
Man.
don't have to roll for it.
Nope, you don't.
So I'm going to do that.
Alright, double nines on a roll of your choice for the rest
Yep.
of the session.
Or 1 power in combat.
What kinds of food does What kinds of foods does Lythander
So
make?
Lythander is going to pull out some mushrooms.
Of course.
And he's
staple
going
dish.
to make a nice, rare tasting steak. It's going.
That steak is begging for its life as
I
you
wouldn't
cook
do
it.
that to my children. It's going to be a.
Oh no, the steak is. Not the mushrooms, the
It's
steak.
a mushroom steak. This is a
Oh,
totally.
okay, never mind then.
This is a.
I thought you were
completely-
using
this is a
some of Roxy's
completely
ingredients. Never
vegan
mind.
Dish, which makes it.
Okay, yeah,
which
never
makes
mind.
this
That's fine. Then.
Funnier that it's going to taste exactly like the most moist, delicious meat you've ever had. Because did you know that mushrooms are actually
All right.
very closely related to humans?
No, I didn't know that. That's actually mildly
well,
disturbing.
If you think about a mushroom colony, it's a bunch of essentially wires, which are essentially what humans have. And if you look at what a human brain looks like, and then you look at the underside of a mushroom, the mushroom cap does look almost exactly like the human brain. And and when you think,
Okay,
also,
then.
when you also think about it a little bit more, people who tend to eat mushrooms do have a higher IQ and intelligence quotient.
Well, IQ doesn't
know.
mean jack shit in terms of intelligence. That's racist
It's also
bullshit.
one of those where, well, did you know that if you eat gray matter, you will get smarter? Yeah.
Huh.
Curious.
Okay, so if you are using the Ashen Ones to work with this here, I'm gonna require a lead organization roll from Gavel. Or adventure, rather.
You can get double nines
Okay.
on this roll if
What?
you want,
This
but
is-
you only get it once per session.
One of these rolls. It's 3 different steps in the venture.
All right. What would the first one require of me?
This is going to be a roll for unrest/internal conflict. Not directed at you. This is more being directed at your people all across creation, of all different kinds of sports, across all different kinds of cultures, much like the real world.
Mhm.
They're not used to a sport with thousands of people playing on each team at the same fucking time.
Fair. Okay.
This is a trepidation of not knowing what the hell you're doing in a sport with that kinds of brain space going all at once.
Okay.
Difficulty 5, war roll.
War roll. Any attribute?
Finesse.
Finesse? Excellent. All right. With a war roll, I'm going to spend a mote for an excellency on war. please. That is 11 successes.
Difficulty 5, so that's a bunch of overflow. I could
Big
give you a
number.
suggestion for what to spend most of those on.
Indeed. What would that be?
Upgrade your existing tie of minor loyalty to Gavel towards major for this and the next session.
Yes, absolutely.
Aura, not Gavel.
To Gavel, yes.
Indeed.
Alright. One Shaolin soccer training sequence later. The next step, however, is going to be how's everyone else know how to play soccer? And this is determined via your athletics rating.
Oh boy. How is everyone
Not
else's
great.
athletics? Oh boy.
What do you need me to roll here, buddy, pal, old friend of mine?
Oh, this isn't a roll. This is the question: is how good your athletics score is.
Gavel
Nui has
athletics,
3. She's okay.
Athletics.
I have
Gavel has 0.
Okay, that's not terrible.
0.
Aura, what's your athletics?
That's
5.
right. She.
Oh my
is-
goodness!
They
All
are
right.
the gymnast of us.
I just saw checked another character sheet, and I just saw he has 5 athletics. That's going to be very funny for later. Nope. Spider has not that great athletics. Only 1. It's his physique that's crazy.
Yeah, it's his physique that's high.
Yes. He's strong, but not very fast.
Alright, if you needed me to roll athletics, that's a 7 successes.
Yeah, that's just for you showing off training the troops, probably.
Want to see me go over? Want to see me you run up that mountain and back? Want to see me do it again?
Effectively, yes. Now, here's a number here, however. At some point during this, you probably go over to the Ruvelian Memorial Football Stadium in order to probably see how a game is played. There are practice drills being done via local teams, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Oogie.
Okay. Good.
Boogie is disguised as an enemy demon right now. You can arcane fate as non-human entities too.
Mm-hmm.
Boogie has a crazy high athletics and is
Yes.
infiltrating one of the enemy teams for
Yes.
a purpose I'll reveal to Alatos later
Okay.
in between sessions.
Mhm.
That's not part of the role. I'm just establishing that now for the audience and for the players.
That's hilarious. I forgot I did that.
The actual danger here comes from you see one of the enemy goalies and this practice round of the team that Foggy is allegedly on. Not that you know who that is. This is your first time seeing anyone who looks like this man.
Indeed.
Posting the image in chat. We may briefly see the sign of Mercury on his brow.
Indeed.
In any case, the enemy goalie is a fucking miles-long wall of serpents. This arena is much bigger than a standard football arena. We are talking something the size of an entire zip code.
Goodness.
This is a stupidly big building. All indoors, all enclosed, but almost big enough to encompass the entirety of Sibri, the Rampart of Serpents, Third Circle Demon, and professional goalie.
Mm-hmm.
Gavel, you see one of your bosses as the enemy goalie, and
No
her
way.
millions of snakes on one of the enemy teams.
Well, hopefully this doesn't count for any bad business relations in the future.
Oh, it's strictly professional.
Excellent.
It is, however, the stress of seeing that, as well as several other mighty demons on enemy teams doing all sorts of sicko shit. Higher forces of the hordes of hell, and they are, one and all, fucking ballin'. This is going to be a motivational speech of either presence or embassy to give a pep talk to the Ashen Ones in order to get ready to Space Jam. Because, oh god, the Monstars look vicious.
You said presence or what?
Presence or embassy.
Alright. I will do embassy. I'm going to use the double nines for this roll.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a mode for an excellency on embassy. What attribute would you like from me?
Fortitude.
Fortitude? Excellent. Alright. Let's see. With double nines, that is 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 successes.
Against difficulty 6. Well done.
Excellent.
You know, Seth, I think this could accomplish an additional minor task as part of this adventure for 3 successes from the overflow. So, I think what that would be in this instance. Learn what the prize is of this tournament. Until now, it's been kept secret, but I think you do hear one of Sabiri's snakes. When I said miles long wall of serpent, I am not kidding. That is literally what she is. Mm-hmm. So actually, there are snakes fucking everywhere as far as the eye could see all across the tournament.
Yes.
You overhear Sabiri talking to... It's unclear who you're talking to because they literally look like a rendering gap in reality. I mentioned that the prize is mentioned as Lord Ligier is almost done crafting it.
Huh.
A pair of god-kicking boots for the victor.
Oh my goodness.
The Prince of Hell himself is crafting a ceremonial pair of cleats for whoever wins the tournament.
Oh man. Gavel needs some new boots.
Needs Tims.
Yep.
Demon Tims.
I need to get those god-kicking Tims.
God-kicking boots are actually the name of artifact boots in this setting.
That is amazing.
Other fun Baroque names. Artifact wheelchairs are named War Thrones.
That's rad.
Which is important because you are seeing an enemy Infernal driving one of those around doing the Akira slide in his wheelchair. Wheels count as feet for the purposes of Malfean football, as established by a ruling on such several hundred years ago.
Mm-hmm.
In any case, last step of the adventure. It's a little late. We're going to be wrapping up soon. Don't worry, guys.
All right.
There's a person on the pitch who was not there as things go over into the next practice rounds. Sundering Shadow. In person. It's been a while since you met her in person. Usually she was speaking via proxies. Here's the thing, though. She's alone on the field against the opposing practice team. It is her against thousands. And she is going to make a build will action.
Oh boy.
Scrolling to Abyssals to double check how many bonus successes she'd be getting on her build will action. Add the Daybreak's essence and automatic successes to Crafter's Sagacity rolls, including build power and focus will. Alright, so that is 12 successes.
Goodness sakes.
That is 9 will. Which is just enough to, using her shaping ritual, cast, let me find the exact name of this spell. It's going to be real fucking important. I'm converting this from 3rd edition Abyssals. I'm going to read this out. as to what she fucking does. Mouth of the Abyss. The necromancer claws and winches, causing the earth to fall inward into the open maw of the earth. A vortex of cold winds draws cities and armies near the opening into the darkness below, their cries swallowed by the depths. Trivial characters and battle groups caught in the collapse fall to their deaths immediately.
Oh my goodness.
She gestures with her hand. A massive rush of sorceress power echoes. Thousands of demons that were fighting her are all sucked into the rift, killed immediately.
Goodness sakes.
Or perhaps they're not killed immediately, because you see what appears to be a jar at the very bottom of the abyss catch them. That jar was added by her. She could easily have killed them. That's not what the spell normally does, but that's her showing off. Sundering Shadow has been built up from the start of this campaign as a big enemy. She just showed that she could kill an army with a flick of her finger.
Goodness.
That is what third circle necromancy be like. Difficulty 10 speech to the Ashen Ones after they all just saw that.
Oh goodness.
Presence or embassy, your call.
Embassy. Once again, moding excellency on embassy.
Oh, and naturally, Sundering Shadow is wearing a soccer jersey.
Yep. Okay. I imagine you want me to do fortitude for the attribute again?
Yep.
Yep. All right.
If you have anything that interacts off of morale, this would be the time to use that. I know you have some charms for that.
Yes. Give me one moment. Let's see. No, nothing that I think would help in this particular instance anyway. All right.
Oh, by the way, she's the only person on the pitch that's mysteriously floating above the black hole.
All right. 7 successes.
Anyone want to give 8 actions for Gavel, or do you have any things that help with motivating or routing troops? Those are relevant here. I think you have one somewhere near the very start.
It could be my Fearless Vanguard technique. Exalt soldiers gain a 2 success bonus to resolve against social influence that would frighten, distract, or confuse them as long as she leads them.
That applies, so that is now 9 successes. All we need is one big 8 action to help boost that pool out. I think Hopkins can roll for that.
Okay. Assuming he doesn't get less than 3 this time. Okay.
Roll
exactly
one more
3.
dice.
Please. Come on, come on. Yes!
Hopkins, as everyone is starting to low-key panic, Hopkins lifts up. You made them all able to grasp with their minds. And you notice not all the demons in that circle completely died. Those that had any means of telekinetic manipulation or other means of staying aloft, like a few desperate wing demons, managed to avoid falling into the bottomless pit.
Ah.
This spell would normally kill any army affected by it. The Ashen Ones have a chance of survival because of their telekinesis.
Let's go.
They could grab onto the rim of the sinkhole. It's through reminding them of that you already gave them the tools to survive, that no one panics. Too much.
Only a little bit.
Only a little bit. After seeing Sundering Shadow collapse a zip code. Yeah, it's like that one that happens in Common Rider Build. Anyway. I think that's all for all that happens in this session is that Sundering Shadow sees you and just waves.
Gavel gives a polite but very clearly annoyed looking wave back.
And I think Now is when I pull the band-aid off and reveal, hey, technically this is going to be another war venture.
Here we go.
Technically, but a sports venture. I will be doing work to reskin the war venture to be a sports tournament venture.
Goodness sakes.
Primarily being done via athletics instead of war, although war will still be useful here, which means Aura might be taking the lead a bit more. As
Hello.
sports boss.
I am sports boss.
Next time, the beginnings of Ronaldo Football Soccer 64!
Ronaldinho soccer!
Wait,
I knew someone else had seen that gif. But
why, of
before
course,
that,
young
patrons.
man. We do have patrons.
Our dear patrons.
Such as
We do,
DB.
yeah.
GB. Hello. Thank you for all you do.
Storm
for us.
and GB.
You have done more for us than you will ever know. You have given us food, sustenance, and most of all, $10. To hire an editor.
And the ability, well, $5 each. Yes, you're helping pay for the editing of this podcast,
Yes,
which is
also the person
vastly
who need
appreciated. It means that it's easier to go
They
forward.
need the money
Indeed.
too, so please help.
Yeah, his living situation isn't great. So this is
Yeah.
my money I make off this is going to him now. Not that we make much, but beyond any monetary concerns, your support does mean a lot for us and helps keep the overhead and make this podcast at least Podbean costs money, don't you know?
Indeed.
And your support helps us pay back and means we could bring you this game for the rest of the foreseeable future. I'm not seeing this podcast run for decades down the line, but hey, we should at least be able to get to the end of this campaign in about a year or so and perhaps get a few other stories off beyond our ability and Adult Lives' ability to keep this going.
Indeed.
Woo!
Ace, thank you for stopping by. Next time, Demon Soccer. And Iolda. Thank you for listening to FateBreakers. We here at the Action Economy crew are proud to bring you this and other AP content like Tomb of the Red Giant, the first half of our complete JoJo's Bizarre Adventure AP, as well as Rune Runners, our Icon AP. We'll also have a Patreon by the time you hear this. If you like what you've heard so far, feel free to drop us a little bit of money if you can afford to do so, and we could bring you even more content in the future. APs live and die by word of mouth, so if you liked us, please drop us a follow, like, share, retweet, whatever you could think of to help us out. We are excited to bring you more bi-weekly content in 2 weeks from now for the next FateBreakers, and other episodes time permitting. See you then.